Born for Sports. Giant Nation, we are less than a week away, or less than 1 week away from free agency. And as we all know, the New York Giants are in a situation where they have to improve this roster in a big way. In a big way. It starts in free agency next Monday, the legal tampering period. We're already starting to see the last couple of days. There's been some moves made by teams around the NFL, cutting players, making trades. Listen, Joe Shane, Ryan Dable, this regime, they are on the hot seat. This is one of the most important off seasons in New York Giant history. And in my opinion, as I stated in my last video, one of the most important drafts in New York Giant history. And that brings me to what I want to talk about today. The elephant in the room is getting big, from an elephant to a mammoth, because this is the situation for the New York Giants. Last week, the Combine revealed a lot. It revealed a lot. Reports came out. Joe Shane and the New York Giants, along with the Las Vegas Raiders and the Rams, obviously, because they wanted to retain his services, were hot after Matthew Stafford. In fact, reports came in that the New York Giants actually met the trade compensation the Rams were interested in if they were going to not come to an agreement with Matthew Stafford, and also the contract that Matthew Stafford would have taken to leave. Well, I'm very relieved that the deal did not go through, because in my opinion, the Giants were not a Matthew Stafford away from contending, and they're not the type of team that should be going after Matthew Stafford, a 37-year-old quarterback that was looking to get paid $50 to $55 million a year. It just did not make a lot of sense, in my opinion, for where the New York Giants are at as a franchise, and with a roster especially not ready to compete on the level that you pay a 37-year-old quarterback who can still play, but at 37 years old, not a lot of time left to play at a real good level. So the Giants got leverage. The Raiders got leverage. Even talk that they were in third in that race to get him, Stafford. He ends up going back to the Rams. Now, I bring this up for one simple reason. One simple reason. The Giants have no choice. They have no choice but to trade up and get their quarterback after striking out on Stafford. I mean, they can't. I mean, this is where they're at as a franchise. And listen, this is what happens when you win a meaningless game. A meaningless game late in the year against the Colts when you had the number one pick locked up in week 17. This is the outcome that happens, because now you put yourself behind the eight ball to where the teams in front of you control more of a destiny to take who they want, and they happen to be two teams who could very well go quarterback. This is what happens when you win meaningless games, which is what the Giants perfect. Now, them missing out on Stafford as their top target to get the quarterback they desire puts them where they have no choice. And in my opinion, this is a situation where I don't want to trade up, but I have to accept it because this is the only card they have left to play. The free agency quarterback market is bare. Listen, I don't hate on Sam Darnold. I actually like Sam Darnold, but not enough to pay him what he wants. I'm out on that. Russell Wilson, hey, stopgap option. He's not a franchise quarterback at his age, and his skills are already declining. You can't run away. You can't pay any of these guys that are available in free agency. Aaron Rodgers, I'm out on that. He's 40 years old. He's 40 years old. He was he wasn't awful with the Jets, but he didn't make a difference for that team. And he's getting older now. He was coming off Achilles last year. His numbers were okay, but a lot of that was padded late in the year, man, when they were out of it. Okay? I'm out on Aaron Rodgers. I can't go to a season depending on Aaron Rodgers to be my starter to get me to the promised land. So the Giants have put themselves in a position they're going to have to trade up to get their guy, whether it's Cam Ward or Shedeur. And to me, they put this with their back against the wall where they can't leave it for chance. They can't leave it for chance. This draft is too important for the state of the franchise and also for this regime to continue going on in this organization. Okay? You can't sit back and roll the dice if you're Joe Schoen and say, hey, we'll take whoever's there. One of them got to drop. Because, first of all, to me, there's only 2 first-round quarterbacks that I'm even taking a chance on drafting that high, and that is Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders. And to me, the Giants can't F around here. They can't. They have to go get the guy that they want. They can't settle for the guy that they just can settle to take that's left. And definitely they can't roll the dice with 2 teams ahead of them that could take them. So what do? You got to trade up. And I don't want to do this. I never wanted to give up a first-round pick. But honestly, the Giants have no choice. What is the option out there? They might have to just give it up. And I hope it does not. I repeat, I hope it does not come down to this. But, hey, if it comes down to where they have no other choice, they're just going to have to. And that's the fault of them winning millions the game and Joe Schoen not building this roster right and taking care of the mistake that was Daniel Jones of that signing. So, hey, us Giant fans, we're going to have to just swallow it. We got time until the draft happens. But we're going to have to just deal with it and accept it. Now, ideally, I have seen where there's reports that it might not take that kind of a situation where the Giants will have to give up a first-round pick. And I'm all in on that, and I pray to God that happens. But traditionally, it usually does happen when you have to. Now, the one caveat that the Giants have in their favor as leverage with the Tennessee Titans, if they decide they do not want to take a quarterback and want to take a quarterback, a non-quarterback prospect, I should say, that is a top tier talent in this draft. Okay, elite talent, which is those 2 names are Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter. Now, the Giants offer this, that if Tennessee wants to trade out, they can still allow the Tennessee Titans to select one of those elite prospects in Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, because chances are the Browns are going to either take a quarterback or they're going to take one of those other prospects, leaving the other elite prospect in this draft available for Tennessee to take. So that is the caveat the Giants can use. So what would a package look like? Well, I would think it would have to cost us a second-round pick next year. You know, maybe even a second-round pick this year, which I don't want to do that. I'd rather give up the second-round pick next year and a third this year to move up 2 spots and work out whatever trade detail there is. I saw a Thibodeau name thrown out there, bunch of rumors out there, whatever. To me, ideally, if you can get this done without giving up your first-round pick, you do it. Simple. Simple as that. You run and you make the call. You accept if you're Joe Schoen. Simple as that. But honestly, hey, if it comes down to it and you have to give a first-round pick, the Giants can afford to, and they will have to do it. So be it. I don't like it, but it is what it is. Cam Ward is my QB1, but Shedeur's my 1A in this class. It's got to be one of these 2 guys. Now, I've seen people just taking a big old nasty dump on Shedeur online all over the place. There's even reports that came out and said, hey, you know, he didn't make us feel good and didn't care, and we don't like his attitude and his arrogance. No. These people that are putting these rumors out with the hit pieces on the kid, I can't stand that, and I'm not going for that. Okay, Shedeur can play this game. He is, if not the best quarterback prospect, he is right there with Cam Ward. It's a matter of what flavor ice cream you like. Give me either one of them. but I prefer Cam Ward. Now, that doesn't mean that I think Shedeur sucks, because that's a bunch of garbage. The kid can play. He's a good prospect. Just too many people want to dissect this game. I have never in my life seen a quarterback prospect take this much of a hit piece all over the place like I'm seeing with Shedeur. So I just want to get that out the way. I'm good with either one as the Giant quarterback, but my preference is Cam Ward. I think his trades, and he just fits our team better. And I believe in my heart, I believe that he has the potential to be the franchise guy.